Good afternoon, everybody. We're going to take a look at a few things in this update. We're going to take a look if the JMA has released their winter outlook yet or not. Got to stay positive, right? So let's see if they released their October run and they did not. So we're not going to go too much into that because we've been doing that the past 3 updates or whatever. So we're going to take a look at NOAA's 3-month outlook. Let's take a look at December, January, and February. And again, just a review. This is not a new outlook, but just a brutal winter ahead. And this is a brutal winter. There's no doubt about it. I mean, we have two to three deviations below normal. Actually, it's 1 deviation below normal, but that's quite a bit more than people would expect for a winter. Keep in mind the past 10 winters, which we're going to look at right now, they've been pretty warm. Let's take a look, for example, at last winter. We're going to take a look at what that winter showed. So keep in mind the image I just showed you, and we're going to take a look at last winter. Let's take a look. We're going to go from December 1st all the way through February 1st of this year. So this will be last winter, in other words. Yeah. So we're going to take a look at the anomalies for this past winter. Now, again, this is the winter of 2021-22. So this was the past winter, just so re-emphasizing that. This is our past winter. And as you can see, nowhere near as cold as this run is predicting. We did not have any deviations below normal in this run, guys. Look at this. All the deviations below normal were in Western Canada, in Central Canada, but mainly West Central Canada by Alaska. That is not the case for this year. So as cold as last winter did get at times, it's going to be amplified 10 times this year because we're going to have a lot of cold here in places like Minnesota, in places like North Dakota, Montana, and this jet stream is going to be very active this winter. So we want to watch out. And we do have some ridging there this past winter. So again, this past winter we had ridging in the Texas area, which prevented a jet stream that really cut across the Mississippi River Valley, and we didn't have a lot of snows for the winter, so to speak. We did have a few big ones in the Ohio region. Actually, we got a lot of lake effect snow here in Ohio. But the point is, I want to emphasize my main point, which is that last winter we didn't see a lot of cold, although it was a cold winter relatively. This winter is going to be much worse. Let's take a look at that again. So again, much more amplified in terms of cold. And we do have some ridging there along the east and southwest. But again, we have that cold there. So as long as we can get an active subtropical jet combining with our polar jet, I think this winter will be one for the books. There's a lot of speculation going around. Will the NAO be negative and whatnot? I think it will, just based on what we have in terms of the sea surface temperature anomalies and whatnot. So we'll have to see. I mean, time will ultimately tell what this winter will bring about, but I think we're in for a big one. And I'm going to have more evidence. I don't like just saying that if it's not going to happen, because that's going to let people down and eventually not watch my videos anymore. God forbid. But I do think, and I will bring evidence into my later videos until we head into Christmas time frame. I'm going to show you a lot more evidence on what this winter will bring about using empirical evidence, in other words, statistical evidence, and also